Hello, dearies. It's me, Agnes Smith, Nomadic Fanatic's #1 fan. Truth be told, I couldn't possibly cover my little Eric Poo's last slew of videos because they just weren't exciting. No one cares about connection internet or cheap generators or that he doesn't have heat when he in fact has 3 different ways to heat his bus and is close enough to a Walmart to just buy another propane heater if it broke. He can buy 10 heaters because he can easily afford it. We grow tired of endless infomercials and design drama. However, now that rumor has been replaced with fact that the events that led Eric to flee courtside has been proven to be true, we now see that he has no choice but to stay in Arizona to attend his court date related to his incident. Look at his options. Eric couldn't possibly stay in courtside because his enemies are there. If he were to stay with Blossom in California, the prosecution may paint it as a flight from justice. So staying at his property during the worst time of the year was never by choice, but by necessity. But if you thought my little Eric would use his brain to come up with new innovative ways to entertain his audience, you would be wrong. In this video, Eric once again wastes his viewers' time to show for an $800 product that no one in the nomadic community would have practical use for. Exciting? Let's watch! Good morning, everyone. Eric here from Nomadic Fanatic channel. Thanks for joining me on the channel today on this beautiful blue sky, shiny day here at the White Mountains at 7,000 feet in Arizona. Now, don't use that information to come looking for me. I know how you internet sleuths are. I guess I shouldn't have bought a giant 40-foot bus and painted it a color that sticks out in the desert.
Careening down the highway with an idiot at the wheel, a $17,000 money pit, leaving his audience asking what's the deal. It's the Magic Fool Bus. 2 people and 5 cats. What could possibly go wrong? It's the Magic Fool Bus. Can you smell the cat excrement? It's the Magic Fool Bus.
Welcome to my homestead here, my 5 acres. Today is going to be a really fun video. We're going to try something that I've never attempted off-grid. Ever! I'm setting up an off-grid igloo. I bet you're saying, an off-grid igloo? What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Yep. Welcome, everyone. Eric here, Nomadic Fanatic. Of course, I'll be uploading this video with Connection Internet, quite possibly the greatest internet company on the planet. Sign up with Connection today, or I'll link you to Blossom's OF. So don't be stupid. Go with the winner, Connection Internet. Enter the promo code Nomadic Schematic during sign up to get 15% off service, and I get a kickback. It's a win-win. You help me, and in turn I'm helped. Isn't it exciting to be unboxing this inflatable igloo on my property, guys? Well, isn't it? Just look at this premium cardboard packaging, and look, made in China, the mark of any quality product. I love Amazon Prime free shipping. I left a link of this fine product in my video description for those of you who have interest in an $800 inflatable eyesore. Let's set it up over here, where my new solar array is going to be. Yeah, I'm going to do that thing all over again. You think I'd wind up selling the place all over again too? Just going to have to watch and find out. This fine product was sent to me at no charge by a company called Suck. And apparently they have a lot of them wasted space at the Amazon warehouse, so of course they reached out to me, a nomadic YouTuber whose audience doesn't normally factor in $800 inflatable igloos in their budgets. Oh well. Okay, here's the pump. You're asking yourself, oh, you mean to pump to inflate it? No, this thing is like one of those inflatable kid jump houses. It has to be continuously fed air to stay up. Now, do you think an average nomadic is going to waste fuel keeping this pump going for hours on end? This is quite possibly the stupidest thing I've tried to show on this channel. Oh, it says this pump isn't waterproof, so you might want to put a tent up over it. Well, that's not ironic at all. Well, Eric, I just had to check out your off-grid igloo. It's how you say, alahaha, an off-grid igloo that requires constant power can't wait to see this thing at night with its included LED lights, because of course it comes with LED lights. It's an obnoxious eyesore in both day and night. Isn't it beautiful, guys? What would be the use for this thing? I'm kind of like one of those douchey trust fund people who parties in the desert at Burning Man, and this looks like something they would camp out in. But even those idiots can afford a yurt with a floor in it. This thing is just sitting on the ground, and it's white, so it's going to get all dirty. This is the last time this igloo is going to look good. Also, one thing I'm not going to show you is how difficult it's going to be to fold this thing back up after deflating it. It's probably an impossible task. So consider getting a big plastic storage box to put it in after using it. Bye, guys. Eric, we all know the reason why you're at your property, but I think it's just plain cruel to subject us to content so boring that it makes Sarasota Tim's content look like Steven Spielberg in comparison. What happened to creating new interesting videos? You could have photographed the beauty in your backyard, explored the majestic white mountains, places unique to Arizona like the Grand Canyon, maybe visit the different native tribes and learn more about them. Are you telling me that pathetic excuse of a podcast was your attempt at doing something new? This is what his viewers had to say about it. Just scroll on by. Another advertisement. Before you met Diana, was there anything else you owned that was inflatable? Are you going to jail on the 13th? Oompa Loompa Land. This thing sucks. Oh my, this guy has flipped out. I guess Erich thought this was a priority on his homestead. He loves inflatables since his other girlfriends were probably inflatable. The fact that you're using an inflatable igloo tells me that you are not serious about off-grid lifestyle. I picked this up when it hits Facebook Marketplace. Why do you buy so much junk? Not trying to be rude, just an honest question. You complain about having your stuff all over the place. Maybe it would be easier if you had less stuff? Maybe you could punch someone at the party. I would be remiss if I didn't mention that my little Eric Pooh's court date is quickly approaching, and you might question whether I will cover his video that came out a few days ago, which was literally about watching paint dry. And the answer is no. That's why I didn't cover any of his other videos, because they weren't really content. Eric was doing the bare minimum of what he believes is content. So I think my next video will focus on Eric's legal situation, which I think we all can agree is far more interesting than watching him paint water tanks and complain about latex paint freezing when it clearly says on the label to not store cans of paint in extreme cold. How is it Ace Hardware's fault that he's stupid? Have a blessed day, all dearies. For Nomadic Fanatic's #1 fan. Be sure to like, hype, and subscribe!